Matchup between the Oakland Raiders and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Super Bowl 37.
37.
World champs. World champs.
They couldn't catch another shit. Cannons like you loaded, so it's time to flip the script. Cruising through the bay on that Buccaneer battleship, sold up, screaming out, so Buck, what you heard? So Buck, what you heard? So Buck, what you heard? So Buck, what you heard?
All right, welcome back to Buck What You Heard. My name is Gene. You can reach me at Buck. Wait a minute. Hold on. You can refer to me from now on as Lord Heard of Buck.
Lord.
And this is Lady Bay of Tampa. That's what
Bay.
we'll be referred to moving forward. But I tell you what, we promised you we were not going to be extra. The Bucs won. We're just going to keep on doing our show like we normally do our show, like what you're used to. And that's what you're getting tonight. We are not being extra at all. Not even a little bit.
No, not a little.
So I have to tell you, I have to ask you.
Yes.
What are your thoughts? Your first Super Bowl championship where you're involved with social media. And, and you know what? You don't look extra. I just want to let you know that. You look like you normally do. You've normally done throughout the season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I'm just chilled, lay back, just a Super Bowl champion, no big deal, nothing too major, First Super Bowl that I've witnessed, and it was a great one at that.
That's right. And you know what? We promise you, we're not going to be extra here. We're just going to be the normal people that you're used to, but you can refer to me as Lord and her as Lady.
And Lady, yes.
No, so all joking aside, guys, this has been so exciting. I'm going to go ahead and take these off because I can't focus. This has been so exciting for me. I can't tell you. I mean, this is probably more exciting than the first Super Bowl that I was able to experience, only because of all the friends I've made and the people that listen to the show, yourself. And it is so greatly appreciated. I cannot tell you, just, how I feel right now. How are you feeling after that game?
Oh my goodness. Like, I am on cloud nine. I can't get over it. I can't believe it's been so, like, it was on Sunday, but it feels like it was just yesterday. I haven't been able to get anything done, like at work or in my life at all, because I've just been on social media, watching highlights, watching reruns. We had the boat parade, we had everything. So I haven't been able to do anything at all. And then, like, today I was sitting at work and I was rewatching highlights. I was like, I can't wait for the show tonight. Like, I can't do anything right now.
That is awesome. That's exactly how I was all this week. I was pretty much useless this week. And other than the only drawback, and rarely even ask an interesting question. We're going to get to that. Let me post that question up here because we're going to get to that in just a moment. But I tell you what, the only drawback that I've seen are Chiefs fans in denial. And I'm not talking about in Egypt. I'm talking about Chiefs fans in denial. and the fact that the Chiefs Kingdom, they were under siege and they couldn't handle it. And Chiefs fans, when you watch this, please watch this. Please watch this video because you guys overlooked the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense. Overlooked them, and you pretty much shipped the Lombardi Trophy back to Kansas City,
right?
And didn't give Tampa did not have a chance, according to you guys,
right? And absolutely, we were already knocked out. They were like, they were still saying the same thing, like, we got lucky. We played teams that were lesser than. And, they're going to run it back. And they counted us out completely. They completely counted out our defense. And I knew that if defense played lights out, that we would have won that game, no doubt. And they played absolutely amazing.
Yeah. And when I look at the NFC, and I'm not just saying this because the Bucs won, whoever came out of the NFC was going to punch Kansas City in the mouth. And that's just what it was.
Right.
And
The Chiefs are good, but they are missing pieces. You know, they have those two big players. They have Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce. And then obviously you have Patrick Mahomes, who's an amazing quarterback. He is the future GOAT. But when you only have two like dynamic players, and when we shut them down, and other teams would have figured out how to shut them down because it wasn't that difficult, you know, just double team them. And other teams would have figured out how to do that as well. So I think other teams would have had a harder time against the Chiefs, but our defense was just so amazing that it was they were.
And I do want to go back to that game, week 12. This is very important right here, folks. Go back to game 12 or week 12. Excuse me, week 12. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers facing the Kansas City Chiefs. From the third quarter to the end of the Super Bowl, the Kansas City Chiefs scored 19 points.
Right.
They scored 10 points in the final two quarters, a touchdown and a field goal in the final three quarters of that game against Tampa on week 12. And they got nothing but field goals after that. So I would say after the third quarter, fourth quarter, first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, 5 quarters, and you only come up with field goals. And yet they want to say that it was the referees. If you want to talk about the referees, the fact that Kansas City is ranked number 4 in penalties this year, number 4.
Right.
And when you consider all the teams in the playoffs, Kansas City was ranked number 1 in penalties in the playoffs. So I don't want to hear about that. Let's just call it what it is. Your secondary could not deal with what they had in front of them.
There's just way too much happening. You got Mike Evans, you got Antonio Brown, Chris Godwin, Cameron Brate, and then Rob Gronkowski decides to show up. I'm not saying that he hasn't been here all season. He's been on the line looking amazing. You know, he's been doing an amazing job helping on that offensive line. But now he shows up and is like, I'm going to play some MVP type Super Bowl tight end, like back when I was a rookie tight end shit. So.
And that's exactly what he did.
Yeah, he played like he did in his prime, and he did an absolutely amazing job. So that secondary, that defense just was not ready for what we had.
No, they weren't. And they were overlooking us. The fans were overlooking us. If you listen to what fans are saying, if you go on social media, whether Facebook, Instagram, whatever, they were talking about how it was the refs. But what I saw was Tyreek Hill getting shut down. And what I saw, if Tyreek Hill wasn't getting shut down, he was dropping balls. Travis Kelce dropping balls. And yeah, he received for over 113 yards or something like that.
Yeah,
something like that. I had to go back and look, but my point here is they kept him out of the end zone.
Absolutely, yeah. So what I wanted to say was the Chiefs' performance during the Super Bowl reminded me a lot of the Bucs when they shoot themselves in the foot. They get a lot of penalties, a lot of drop balls, a lot of miscommunication on the defensive side of things. So I know that feeling that the Chiefs fans are feeling right now, you know, the unnecessary penalties, the dropped balls.
Guys, Kansas City, here's your flag.
There you go. Did you make that special for this show, or did you already have that?
I've already had that. I was doing that flag all through the game. And I
gotta find one. I gotta get one. I gotta get one for myself.
You know what? I had to put that out there. You know, I threw a flag for him, just a pity flag. Put that out there for him. You know, get it out of the system. It showed that I care. It showed that I care because we're the champs. We
are the champions of the world, baby. And I don't like when people. I tweeted out. I was like, the Bucs are the world champions, and someone, and a Chiefs fan obviously commented. They're like, what did they say? They said something about it's not the world. They're just a national.
There's no other. This is the National Football League. So yeah, this is the world. They're world champions. You're not
so
wrong.
and I was like, I'm pretty sure you would say the same exact thing if your Chiefs had won. So
yeah, and so there, and again, this goes back to what I was saying. I'm enjoying this. I'm going to enjoy this. I'm going to be extra tonight. We'll go back to what we were doing, regularly scheduled programming next week. But I feel like, you know what? We got to be extra one time, at least one time.
Absolutely. I've been extra all playoffs, actually. Like if I have to be honest, I've been extra all playoffs. Normally I'm not one to be cocky or to brag or anything, but all playoff long, I've been hella cocky, like talking mad shit about the other team, about our players just being the best that there is. So yeah, I've been extra and I'm going to continue to be extra. So I guess I'm a little cocky now. So
there, you know what? Why not us? Why not us?
Yeah, why not?
You know what? Why can't we act like, you know what? We're the champions. This is what it is. This is what it means right now to when your team wins it all. And I'm going to soak this in. I'm going to enjoy this right up until day one. The first game of the season, I'm going to enjoy this. I'm just going to be extra. But you know what? Thank you so much. I want to thank you first and foremost. This has been so much fun. Wednesdays and Fridays is so much fun getting to hang out with you. And, the Bucs win the championship in the meantime. So any highlights from that game? Because there's a lot. I know you've been able to experience a lot of this, a lot of the things that go on after the Super Bowl. And I want to start with, what did you do when the Bucs won? What was the first thing you did?
So we, like I had talked about on the last show, I have a pretty big family, so we all went over to my aunt's house. We got this giant inflatable blow up that we projected the game on, and I could not sit down. I was up running around. I was acting like we were in the stadium. Every time there was a first down, I would go, "First down, Tampa," and everybody would go, "Bay!" So I was acting up, and every time there was a touchdown, I played some cannons on the speakers. Obviously we knew it was happening it wasn't like a last minute thing. We knew they won. So I was just like all in my feels the entire time. And I got up, I was running up. I was like literally standing right up in front of the projector, which is like, it's like a 18-foot projector. And I'm like standing right in front of it and, I'm just screaming on the top of my lungs. I lost my voice. And then before the game, I went and I bought a bottle of champagne. And then when they won, I shook it.
I saw
that bottle. I was like, I got to do this. I got to. And it was just an absolutely amazing experience. I was running around the backyard screaming. I probably annoyed the hell out of my entire family. So I don't.
But you know what? It's okay.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't come very often.
No.
And out there in the chat, I have to ask you, was it worth it? When you look at what the New Orleans Saints do, and I hate to bring them up, but I have to bring them up. They win every year. They win the division. They go to the playoffs. They disappoint their fans. And they say, we'll get it next year. Repeat, wash, rinse. Same thing. Would you rather have this long period of time where you don't have a Super Bowl? The Bucs come in, go into the playoffs, take care of business, go into the Super Bowl, beat that ass, and then go home.
Yeah.
And that's exactly 2-0 in Super Bowl victories. When I look at the Atlanta Falcons, their trip to the Super Bowl have been nothing but historic, and not in a good way.
Nope, not good at all.
Exactly. So, folks, and I'm going to ask you, Christina, would you rather have a team that gets to the Super Bowl final or gets to the playoffs, makes that Super Bowl run, wins the Lombardi Trophy, and then I don't think it's going to happen this time because I think you've got a smarter general manager coming in after a Super Bowl win. I think this team will be competitive moving forward. Absolutely.
I don't see them not being able to get back to the playoffs and not being able to get back to the Super Bowl. If they're able, even if we're not able to hang on to some of our free agents, I still think the Bucs have a very good chance of running it back.
Let's not say run it. That sounds kind of. I think.
I know, but they don't. I know.
Because we'll leave that to Kansas City. We'll let them run it back, or
we should come up with a new thing.
Yeah.
Raise.
Yeah, let's work on that.
We'll work on that in the offseason.
No more run it back. We're not going to say run it back. We're going to come up with something new here.
Bring the ship home again. I don't know. That's too long. Yeah.
But
so we'll think of something. But I understand what you're saying. Like, it's been a lot of heartbreaking years, but I can't imagine now that you're putting that in perspective. Like the Saints fans, they get, they win the South almost every season for the last couple of seasons.
Right. And what do they do with it though? What do they do?
Right. They don't do anything with it. Get to play. So, like they always get upset in the playoffs, and that's just a constant thing. Imagine the Green Bay Packers as well. They're another example of that. If we want to go outside of the NFC South, like for somebody like Aaron Rodgers to have such an amazing career and always get shut out in the playoffs, always get knocked out in the playoffs and only been able to make it to the Super Bowl like once maybe.
Yeah. And you've got all this you've got all this talent. You've had Jimmy Graham in here. You've got Drew Brees. You've got Alvin Kamara. You've got all these players that just Kenny Stills was a New Orleans Saint at one time. Just all these different people that they've cycled through New Orleans, and they cannot get it done. And the one play that stands out to me was the Minnesota Miracle. And whenever the Bucs lose to the New Orleans Saints, I feel better after watching the Minnesota Miracle. I do. Because it's like Minnesota reached down their throat, pulled their heart out, and just laid it in their lap or something like that. But now that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have done what they've done, we can go back to the game between the Bucs and the Saints, in which Drew Brees, adios amigo,
later, man, get fucked.
And that's pretty much what happened with him. So to me, what would you rather have? Would you rather have a team that continuously goes to the playoffs and does nothing with the level of talent they have, or would you rather get that run? Get in, because now you're looking at our Super Bowl trophy case is not lonely. That one Super Bowl is not lonely, and people cannot talk about anymore. Oh, you got that one Super Bowl, don't you?
Well, you can't take that away. And like the NFC South, we have more than the entire NFC South. So I like what you said. What was I going to say? Yeah, Drew Brees most likely retiring. The NFC South isn't going to be very competitive anymore when what's his name? Cam Newton left the Panthers. They lost their competitive edge there. Atlanta Falcons, they just choke all the time. Like you can always count on that.
3. I know they hated the fact that Tom Brady even came to the NFC South.
Oh yeah. I mean, any conference would have been upset if Tom Brady came to their division. So, but yeah, I like the way the Bucs did it. I guess they slowly built that championship team, and you can see it coming together. And the more I think about it, and I've just been thinking about it all week. Honestly, like I said, I haven't been able to do anything at all. Like Jason Light and this Buccaneers team, front office, everybody has slowly been building a team, and we haven't even like we've noticed it, but we haven't at the same time, if that makes sense.
There were pieces that were missing that would have been, if we had them in place, it would have been obvious. If you had a quarterback that was a good decision maker, if you had a head coach that had any common sense, just that kind of thing, that staff. What Jason Light did was he just reloaded. And I talked about this earlier, and I don't know your history on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but if we go back to Rich McKay, Rich McKay had Sam Weish.
Right.
And then from Sam Weish, they moved on to Tony Dungy. And then from Tony Dungy, they moved on to John Gruden, and John Gruden took him to the promised land.
Right.
And then, but then couldn't that idiot Bruce Allen, And you pretty much, you know what I equate this to, and I think I may have talked about this before. This is like giving a kid a book full of matches, putting him in a room so you can go and watch Netflix and you can binge watch something. Ooh. That's how I look at when they handed the keys over to Bruce Allen and John Gruden. That's basically what they did. And when you look at the level of talent evaluation they had, it wasn't there. Because of all of the first round picks, because of all the draft picks that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers lost, bringing in Keyshawn Johnson, bringing in John Gruden, they had to hit on free agency and they had to hit on the draft picks that they had available to them. And they weren't able to accomplish either. And that's why you saw the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with basically the team that they had just going through the rest of the John Gruden era, is because they did not have good talent evaluators, and the draft picks that they hit, they missed on, or the draft picks that they made, they missed on. So it wasn't until Jason Light came back. You were spot on, Christina. That's exactly what I'm seeing too. Jason Light, you blow up your offensive line and start all over from scratch. You don't have depth within your offensive line, I would say, until this year. Right. Realistically, if you take a step back and look at everything, realistically, until this year, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers did not have any kind of depth when it came to the offensive line.
Yeah, this year offensive line was solid, the best that it could have ever been. And, that was, championships are won in the trenches, defensive lines and offensive line. And this Super Bowl was won because of the defensive line and the offensive line. They protected Brady. They protected Brady the best that I have ever seen ever.
Yeah, you're spot on.
This is an absolutely amazing job. We brought in like the best rookie tackle ever. Like Tristan Wirfs had only 1 sack the entire season for a rookie. That's absolutely amazing. So
I tell you what, when he jumped out of the pool and they showed that clip right after he got drafted, I was like, this guy's serious. This guy's got skills.
Yeah.
And honestly, I was not upset with the pick, but there were people out there that were jumping off the ledge. They're like, oh, wait a minute. You can't, you gave up this and this and this for this guy. And now I don't hear from any of them.
No, and that kid is exceptional.
I've got screenshots out there. We've got screenshots out there from the draft.
I got you, everybody. I see what you're doing. Yeah, absolutely exceptional job by everybody. Everybody did so amazing. And somebody said here, Byron said, is it weird that I don't like all the free agency attention now? Yes, I hate all the free agency attention.
I don't want it. I'm sick of people.
I don't want it because I'm an OG kind of person. I like the people who are originally from this team. I don't want outsiders. You're not a Buccaneer. Get out of here. I like the people that we have. I want to be able to sign everybody back. Shaq, Godwin.
Please bring Shaq. I would rather have Shaq Barrett than JJ Watt.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And there I said it.
I love JPP. Or not JPP. I love JJ Watt. I have since he's come into the league. Think he's a great person, great player. He is on the downturn as far as, he's getting older and he is not playing as well as he used to. But Shaq Barrett is exceptionally better, in my opinion, and in many people's opinion. And I would pay Shaq the big money over JJ Watt.
Oh, 100%. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of where I'm at with all this. I look at what Shaq Barrett did. I know a lot of people were roasting this dude, but nobody was looking at all 22 and watching what Shaq Barrett was doing away from the ball. Mm-hmm. Shaq Barrett was doing his job. He's been doing his job.
Yeah, we talked about it all season.
What I really love is that you didn't have Vita Vea. So that really put Shaq Barrett's skills on showcase because you didn't have Vita Vea setting up Shaq and JPP for what they were doing.
Yeah. Vita Vea is so important to JPP and Shaq Barrett's success because he takes on 2 sometimes three offensive linemen. Not saying anything like, I mean, JPP and Shaq Barrett are amazing. They're fast, they're quick, they've got, amazing tackling skills. But Vita Vea is kind of the reason why they're able to get to the quarterback.
What did you think when you saw him playing on the edge?
Oh my God, I was like, is that Vita Vea? I was like, who is that? Oh, and then he was also in on that one offensive drive. I was like, I
would have thrown him the ball. That would have been like a pass. He would have been the tight end. I would have made him eligible. I'd have thrown him the ball.
That would have been so funny. That would have been so. Yeah, that drive. That was one of the only miscues, that drive specifically of the.
You know what? And I have to give credit. I have to give credit to the Chiefs defense.
Absolutely.
I feel like they dialed up the right play at the right time, and they took advantage of that. I don't want to blame Ronald Jones on that. I blame because it was blocking, and I think that the Chiefs dialed up the right play at the right time. And I'm going to give the devil his due. Despite how the disrespect and the contempt that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have gotten from the Chiefs kingdom, that
I don't think it's necessarily from the players. It's more the fan base and the family.
You know what? I'm gonna disagree with you there, only because the Chiefs. You ever been around somebody and they're like, I don't know, they're slighting you, but they're not like.
There were a couple
outright slighting you, but they're like. You ever know that bless your heart woman that she's really saying that you're a damn idiot? Yeah. But yeah, that's kind of how I felt with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
The Kansas City Chiefs had it all figured out. They were still thinking about that game week 12. I promise you, regardless of what they say, they were thinking about week 12, and they thought the week 12 Bucs were going to show up. They're going to walk over them, even with a gimpy offensive line or whatever. But
that's another thing. Their offensive, they're crying about their offensive line. You didn't hear us crying about when we had
both our Ali Marpet was out. Ali Marpet was out week 12.
Yeah, you also didn't hear us crying about our playoff game where we had both our safeties out. We played lights out still. It's next man up. If you don't have players that can step up and play just as well as your starters, then you don't deserve to win.
Exactly. And if that's your only excuse, why do you only have 9 points? Why do you only have 19 points in 5 quarters?
Mm-hmm.
And you've got you've got a high-powered offense, and you only got 19 points in 5. You know what? Wait a minute. No, 19 points in second, third, fourth. You know what? I'm going to take that lie back because they scored 17 points in the first quarter. And then after that, from the second to the fourth quarter was 10 points. That's what it was. It was 10 points. So it was 10 points from the second to the fourth quarter of that game, week 12.
Yeah, I think after half, they didn't score a touchdown. Am I correct?
They scored a touchdown in the third quarter.
Oh,
and
they
got a field quarter. They got a field goal. Or was it the second quarter touchdown? Something like that. But what they did was, I can tell you, their offense was deficient after that first quarter. It was not the same offense. I can promise you that. It was not the same offense. When you go into the second game, you're only getting field goals. Come on. You've got a high-powered offense. This is Patrick Mahomes, Superman, and you guys should be balling out. I mean, from everything that I heard, the Bucs should have lost by 30. I was waiting for those 30 points.
I thought it would be more of a competitive back and forth kind of offensive game, but it was pretty clear from the very beginning that it was an all defense game by us.
Matt Clark. No, this is two Super Bowl rings. But we can talk about Antoine Winfield Jr. Yeah, go ahead. Throw him up. Throw the deuce.
I love it. I said I love Antoine Winfield Jr. He's a stud, playing like a seasoned vet out there. He's a rookie playing like a seasoned vet all season.
Like Wirfs.
Yeah, both of them playing absolutely amazing football, and he said it. He said it. I got beat by Cheetah first game. He sent me a peace sign. So in this game, smacks the ball right out of his hands, comes out of nowhere flying in.
Yeah.
Gives him the peace sign like that.
Yeah.
I love it.
Baby.
I love it all day. I will take that penalty 100 times over.
100%. I'm the same way. I'm the same way. And you know what? He wasn't mad about it. He was cool with it. Hey, you live by the sword, you die by the sword.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, why wasn't him flipping it, doing a backflip into the end zone and giving the peace sign?
And you know what? You know what was ironic about that? Everybody on ESPN, CBS Sports, Fox Sports, CNN, everybody showed that backflip into the end zone.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody.
Oh yeah, we were an embarrassment. Our secondary. But
when he dropped the deuces, he's like, "Hey, we out."
They don't show that at all.
Yeah, he's an antagonist because he did that.
I was watching a highlight reel today actually, and it was produced by the NFL because it was the mic'd up version. And right when that play happened, they didn't show it at all. And I was like, I want to hear the mic'd up version of this. And I'm like, they must not be showing it because it was a penalty. He might be fined for that. I don't know how that works, but I'll pay his fine.
How can you fine him? That was not a penalty. I'm just gonna say it. That was not a penalty. If the backflip into the end zone, or the fact that he's running and he's got like 5 yards on his defender, and he drops a peace sign. He does that all the time. Mm-hmm. He did that all through 2020.
That's just what he does. That's his thing. So now it's coming back to bite you in the ass.
So yeah,
but Antoine Winfield Jr.
He owned that, and on the biggest stage in the world.
Oh, and you know what else I was doing all night? I was digging graves. I was literally like grave digger.
So I got to ask you.
Grave diggers.
You know my T-shirt collection is what it is.
Yes.
Have you seen any cool grave digger T-shirts?
No, so like I've seen some on Twitter, and I'm thinking of actually making my own because they're not what I'm wanting. I'm not going to say what I actually want because I think I'm going to make my own grave digger shirt because I do.
Don't say it live. Don't say it publicly.
Yeah, I'm not going to say it live because everybody's going to start doing it. But because when I even tweeted out, I was like, I want a nice grave digger shirt, and then a bunch of people started showing me theirs or ones that other people had, and I was like, I
saw some, and I was like. Yeah.
I was like, they're good, but it's not what I envision in my head. So be on the lookout. I'm gonna have some Gravedigger shirt designs, maybe.
And
sometimes when I do graphic design, I get very frustrated, and then I just give up completely. So
me and you need to talk offline because I'm seriously looking for something new here. Because I've had a couple of people come up to me, hey, we need a BucWhatYaHeard shirt.
So I'll have to also send you. I designed my own shirt, so I'll have to send you what my design is to see if you like it or not. I haven't printed any yet.
Hey, you heard it right here, folks. Right here first. I want to shout out to Smack Apparel.
Of course, Smack Apparel is amazing. I saw them at the boat
Smack
parade.
Apparel. Smack Apparel was all over the parade, all over.
Yeah, they were on a boat. They were on their own boat, throwing T-shirts at people. Like it was amazing. Yeah,
I'm gonna get us some of those 31-9 beatdown shirts.
Yeah,
I got you covered. And we are gonna do the 60-second SmackDown eventually. We're gonna get to that. But tonight, I do want to talk about some of the things that were going on, man. Because of COVID, I couldn't make it down there. It was just so depressing not to be able to be there, not to be able to enjoy this. And I don't know how many Gasparillas that I've been to, and there have been times that God was looking out for me because there was one time I fell off the bridge, but it's been crazy. I mean, Gasparilla and Gene, there are some legendary stories.
I have never had anything really bad happen to me.
Oh, it's nothing bad. It's just stupidity on my part, but it is what it is.
I mean, that's what's
I stay extra, especially when Gasparilla would come around. I was always doing the most, and then I love the day parade. I love I would take my son to the kids parade, and we would just load up with beads. I mean, one time we had like a trash bag full of beads.
Yeah,
son just loading up on them. And then there were times where like I would go to the night parade, and night parade was so fun. I love the night parade.
Night parade is so much fun. Yeah.
And but Tampa is just, it's continually evolving. And I do believe if it weren't for COVID, I think you would see over 1 million people for the Gasparilla parade.
Tampa is a beautiful city. I absolutely love it.
To me, it's the jewel of America, to be honest. I mean, that's just kind of how I look at it.
Yeah, my favorite city. Boat parades are the new thing now. I loved the Super Bowl boat parade. It was really awesome.
Tell us about that. Tell us all about that. How did you get on a boat? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
So I was gonna go and actually like just be on Riverwalk, and then my boss texted me late the night before, and was like, "Hey, we're gonna take my boat out." So my boss has a big boat like on Harbor Island. So I was like, "Yes, let's go." And then so it was really awesome. You saw all the boats. There were thousands of boats, not just the players. I mean, you could see all the players on their boats, and then you could see all the fans on their boats, jet skis. There were people out there on paddle boards and kayaks, and it was absolutely insane. And it was one of the best experiences ever. I wish there was like a parade after. Is
this something that you would do next year? Because I do plan, and folks, look for me next year. I will be in the Gasparilla parade. This has been confirmed. Buck what you heard in the Gasparilla parade in full pirate gear, no less.
Nice. Yeah. So I've always wanted to do like the invasion on a boat for the boat parade. And then also I love the parade as well. So I wish there was a boat parade and an actual parade, Super Bowl parade. That would have been awesome. But it was just the boat parade. And then, they docked at the port of Tampa. And that was just for like exclusive media and stuff and family to go to that. But it was an amazing experience. Hope they do it again. Boat parade should be a must. Like once a month, we should have a boat parade, everyone. And so that's the new trend. Just showing the world, just how amazing Tampa is.
But we already knew this, though. We know
this, but there's just so many people, and there were so many haters too on Twitter saying that was the lamest shit I've ever seen. I was like, you had to be there. I
promise you, if there was no COVID, this would have been on another level.
It was still on another level.
Yeah, it was. But what I'm saying is,
it would be on an even another level.
Exactly. I mean, I could tell you Gasparilla stories. I think they would have combined. They would have pushed Gasparilla back to be right when the Super Bowl parade, and they would have had over 1 million people at the parade. I honestly believe, and maybe I'm a little biased here, but I like Gasparilla way better than I do Mardi Gras.
I've never done Mardi Gras, but Gasparilla is my favorite holiday. Gasparilla is amazing, and it's still supposed to happen this year in April. But
it's just not going to be the same. We're still in the middle of a pandemic, and you kind of have to get past all that in order for everybody to really get an appreciation of it. To be honest, I can't say enough about it. But I will say this: the one thing that I haven't really gotten to talk about is Bucs Report, and just what Bucs Report was doing throughout all this. And Bucs Report has been just nothing short of amazing, just how they've covered everything and, giving you the opportunity to see things from a different perspective, giving us an opportunity to have this show on Fridays at 7 p.m. And I just want to shout them out and say thank you so much. I mean, we've really gotten some great opportunities. And, I don't know about you. I saw that you've been repping some other t-shirt companies, and I think that's awesome too. Have they reached out to you? How does that work with you? Yeah,
so different companies will reach out to me, and ask me to rep their stuff or help them out and get some more brand recognition. And,
Yeah.
I just love to, people helped me.
I noticed you haven't really shouted them out too much on here.
Who's that?
Just whoever you're like.
Oh yeah. I haven't really done that because I'm not like official, like I'm not with anybody,
Right. Understood.
Like I said, I'll take a picture, like, wearing your shirt or shout out your shirt or whatever, your brand. And I just, I like doing that because I like to pass on, help to other people get their business growing and stuff because, people have helped me do that as well. And I hope people will continue to do that to help me, we're a whole family here in Tampa Nation, so
exactly.
We got to stick together.
You're spot on. I mean, guys, if you get a chance, go out to smackapparel.com. You see the 22 up there. I've been down with Smack Apparel since the early 2000s, back when the Bucs were making their Super Bowl run originally, and it was so funny because I posted a picture of an old Smack Apparel shirt with Chucky wearing a visor.
Oh wow.
And Smack Apparel reached out to me, and we've just had this relationship since then. And Robbie, shout out to Robbie, my guy from Smack Apparel. And, just the fact that you guys are looking out for us and giving our listeners an opportunity to win shirts. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's really great. A lot of places can be really greedy and just be like, give me all your money.
Exactly. Clay Lynch, thank you for that. I really appreciate that you like the show.
Thanks, Clay.
Yeah. And you know what? Do you want to take some calls, or how do you feel about that?
We can take some calls for sure. Let's hear what everybody else has to say about the Super Bowl.
I'm pretty
sure. I think everyone's excited, but I'm not really sure.
Yeah, and that's where it's at right here. Let's make sure I got the volume up. Remember me and
yes.
We haven't talked about Ryan Suckup either.
Oh yeah, so Ryan Suckup did an amazing job. I
have to say that I'm really sad that this is the end of the Ryan Suckup tour. Apology.
It can continue.
No, it can't, because we went through a whole football season.
Oh, okay. But our love for him can still continue.
Oh, absolutely, because I'm going to be rocking that shirt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what was I going to say? I had PTSD for a little bit during that one play where he had to kick, 52-yard field goal.
Oh, but he nailed it.
It was PTSD though, it's post-traumatic stress kicker disorder. We've had so many horrible kickers. It was
you just can't get past it. 813-358-8154. We would love to hear from you. The phone lines are open. We'll try to make this work.
Yeah. Give us a call. Tell us what your favorite play was, what you were most excited about, what you see happening in the offseason.
Oh, wow, we got a call already. Here we go. All right, you are live on Buck What You Heard. Who are we talking with?
Hey, this is Tampa Tone's dad.
Hey, what's going on, Tampa Tone's dad? Do you have a nickname?
Yeah, man. Oh, no, my name's just Joe, Tampa Tone's dad. That's my nickname.
Can we call you Tampa Joe?
Tampa Joe, there you go.
There we go. Tampa Joe on the line. What's going on, man? How's life?
Hey, man, life's great, man. It's been great, Tampa Bay, man. Great run.
That's right. So, are you a Bucs fan or are you a Bears fan?
Hey, I'm a Bucs fan. I've been taking my son Anthony, who's Tampa Tones.
There you go, my guy.
Bucs games for 20 years. Since he was 2 and 14, we head down to Tampa Bay. We go to the games. Nobody's there. We're the only fans there, and everybody's like, "Why are you guys Tampa fans?" Because we grew up Tampa fans.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
What was interesting, and I don't know if you got to see it, but watching Walter Payton play was probably the most amazing thing I've ever seen. Him and Barry Sanders.
Walter Payton, the guy played every game. He missed one game in his whole career.
Right.
The punishment he gave people and the punishment he took, incredible.
Yeah.
Nobody could do that in this day and age.
Yeah. So I have to ask you, I want to get back to the Bucs here. How do you feel about, what Tampa's accomplished? What are your thoughts?
Well, I tell you what, we were kind of under the radar. We were 3-2, and when we beat Green Bay, that was the turning point when Sue went in Rodgers' face and said, "Hey, the Bucs are here," That was the turning point. And then we lost a couple of games and we're 7-5, and everybody doubted us. Say, hey, the Bucs ain't going to come through. The Bucs ain't going to, they're not a playoff team. Everybody said Tom Brady's too old. We beat Minnesota. We beat Atlanta. We beat Detroit. Beat Atlanta again. Then we got in the playoffs, beat Washington under the radar. Next year was our year, but we snuck in everything. And then we were underdogs for 3 consecutive games on the road.
Yeah.
On the road, yep.
Drew Brees. Who beats Drew Brees? Who beats
at home?
At home.
Rodgers on the road.
At home.
Who beats Mahomes, the GOAT, the baby GOAT, right?
Yeah.
Mahomes. That guy, come on, the guy's won Super Bowl, but he's not the GOAT yet.
Yeah.
So I'm so proud of this team. I'm so proud that we watched 2-14 Tampa teams, 3-13 Tampa teams, and we were there. We went to the camps down in Florida in August. And we're like the only ones there, with us and the cheerleaders. Watching 2-14 teams. Going back to all the bad Buccaneer teams. Great feeling. Just a great run.
Man, thank you for that. Man, that means a lot. So I'm going to ask you, what was the most incredible point of the Super Bowl for you? Just with that one play that you were like, oh my God, are you serious?
Okay, so and when the point where the Mike Evans penalty, when they called timeouts, right, and we're up, and they're calling timeouts. They're saying, hey, we don't trust Tom Brady. We're going to get the ball back, Kansas City, because they're fooling themselves, right? It was 14-6. And they called timeouts. It was 3rd and 1. They called the timeout. And then we got the first down. And then remember, we threw the ball to Evans, just like the Scotty Miller pass in the game before. We threw a flight pattern to the corner. They called a pass interference. And then AB did the dirty work all year this year. And he did a little turn in and turn out. Then I kind of knew we were going to win. But I said, hey, I told my son, Tampa Tones, I said, hey, this is a 60-minute game. I'm a Tampa fan, so I don't trust. We got to come out like a 0-0. Right?
PTSD.
We got to play the second half. Yeah. So just an incredible run. Just great memories. It's been a bad year with COVID, everything else. But my son called in the other day to your show Wednesday. He's a Colts fan, but we turned him into a Tampa fan. And just a great family memories. I mean, to turn a bad year into such a great year, it's just an incredible feeling, man.
Tampa Joe, you are part of the Buck What You Heard family, man. Anytime you call in, you are welcome. We will recognize you and make sure that, you get your time to say what you need to say. I appreciate you taking time to call in.
Hey, so what we got to do all this year, we got to go to a game in October and November.
It's going to happen, brother.
Fans together that have been doing all this. And we all get together, we get tickets, and we all sit in the same section and we party up.
There we go.
Absolutely. We'll make it happen.
You know what? I think Christina's come up with some ideas for T-shirts. I think we'll have some Buck What You Heard shirts that will be readily available, and we'll make this happen.
All right. We'll see you guys in Tampa.
All right, my friend. Thank you so much for calling in. All right, 813-358-8154. Please call in. Phone lines are available.
Yes.
So,
what was your favorite part of the game?
For me, the best part of the game was when I saw Vita line up on the edge the first time.
Yes, that was insane.
And I'm like,
what is happening?
I'm a huge Vita fan. I mean, I would probably say since he was drafted. I know a lot of people, because there were a lot of people that wanted Derwin James. And I'm not knocking you. Derwin James is a talent. But when you looked at what Tampa had on the defensive line, when you looked at what Tampa had on the offensive line, games are won and lost in the trenches. Just like you said at the beginning of the show, games are won and lost in the trenches. And what we saw from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers was dominance on both sides. And that is what I was looking for. I think the Kansas City Chiefs are the only team in the past 8 years that have not been dominant on both sides of the trenches to put themselves in a position to win. But because their offense was so incredible, they were able to take care of deficiencies on the defensive side of the ball.
They were able to slide through.
Exactly. And we do have a caller. Who do we have on the line with us?
Hello.
Hello? Caller, you're live.
Hey, yes, it's Daysmere Wilson, Antoine Winfield Jr.'s first cousin.
What is
Hey,
going on? You know what?
up?
We got to do. We got the peace sign up for you, baby.
Thank you, guys. It's been a great year.
It really has. Hey, have you seen my Antoine Winfield Jr. T-shirt?
Yes, I have.
I was rocking that early, and I tell you what, I can't say enough about what your cousin has done. I don't ever remember. I mean, I can go all the way back to the 80s. I don't ever remember a rookie coming in and playing at a high level like what he's done. And he's continuously made plays throughout the season. It hasn't been like one game and then it's hit and miss. This young man has been consistently playing games. And when he was out, you noticed a difference in the play in the secondary. Not to take anything away from anybody else, but he's made plays. He's a difference maker.
Yes. Well, we thank the fans, his father, Adrian Peterson, Brett Favre, all them folks that he grew, that he came up under with by his dad being in the league for 14 years. It's just been amazing to see him be better than his dad. But we all knew we were. What was it
like growing up with him? Did you beat him up?
I watched him a few times because they stayed in Minnesota and Buffalo. But as far as like traveling to his dad's games and being around him, and now with us both being grown, I can go as I please and stuff. So we've gotten a lot closer with us being grown. So he's an amazing guy. He's very humble.
Yeah.
You can tell he's very humble.
My baby.
I've had to step up. I've had to step up and say stuff because that whole Tyreek Hill thing, and there have been people on so many platforms that said what he did was wrong. No, what he did was right. He did what he needed to do. And I promise you, if Tyreek Hill didn't have a problem with what he did, then nobody else should have a problem with what he did at the end of the day.
Yeah, because he had already did it to him.
And
he was
that's
really
his calling card.
That, so. Yeah. So when he did it, and the flag came out, I was like, oh my God, he really did it. Like he had already been talking about it. Like,
he was talking about doing it. Oh, I love it. I love it.
So I want to go back to week 12. After week 12, did he talk about that game in which Tyreek Hill did what he did in that first quarter? Because that's all he really did was the first quarter.
Yeah, he was really pissed. He was like, man, I got to get this guy. I guess he was talking via social media, and then the pictures were surfacing and the video was surfacing when he was running, when Twan was behind him and couldn't catch up with him. And so he just was like, man, forget this. I'm getting this guy. Like, the hell with all this. Like, I don't got time. So when his opportunity came, you can see him jet across the field to make sure that he got that number 10. To make sure that he got here.
They shut him down.
Yep. They did an amazing job.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah. Are you free next week? I would love to have you just come on and be on with us and take calls from callers. This is incredible.
Oh yes, I'm free next week. Believe it or not, I was supposed to be home. We came down Friday. I was supposed to be back I live in Tallahassee, Florida. I was supposed to be back in Tallahassee Monday. Yeah, right. My mom was like, nope, we're staying for the parade. I'm like,
okay.
I've literally missed work all week. I'm like, okay.
That's fine.
It's worth it. This does not happen where a team can, where basically a team can come on and they are the hosts of the Super Bowl. This has never happened.
Yeah.
And I promise you, it was that perfect storm. Antoine Winfield Jr., Tristan Wirfs. You bring back Ndamukong Suh. You've got all these different players, all these different components, and you bring all these people together, and it's just incredible what they were able to do together.
Yeah, I can't wait till next season comes because I see little Antoine calls him his uncle because, of course, he played with his dad, but Adrian Peterson, I want to see where he end up going because he's trying to get to Tampa. And to have little Antoine, which is his nephew, basically, because he
Right,
played with
right.
Uncle Antoine for years in Minnesota. So to have him and little Antoine on the same team, it's already bad enough with little Antoine and Tyler being on the same team, both coming out of Minnesota University.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
so what was that like? I mean, you live in Tallahassee. I'm sure that, when you're looking at this, I mean, you're there I won't say the Mecca because no, but you're there where a lot of good football players come out of. And then, you have this young man coming out of Minnesota, going to Minnesota, and, Tyler Johnson, Minnesota, and just what they've done. You know what? I'm going to say this right now. I'm going to go on record saying this before we even get anywhere. Tyler Johnson's going to be a big timer in the NFL.
Absolutely.
yes,
Amen. I love Tyler.
yes, he is.
I'm going to be a front runner and say that based on what I've seen from his hands are nice. His route running is nice. I think that because he's behind Chris Godwin, because he's behind Antonio Brown, because he's behind Mike Evans, I think if there are injuries that occur, you will see Tyler Johnson emerge, and I think he's going to make the most of his opportunities. The beautiful thing about this right here is that no pressure was put on him, and he was able to kind of sit back and learn from this Byron Leftwich, Bruce Arians offense.
And Tom Brady.
And Tom Brady. I think he's going to be incredible. And for Tom Brady to even mention him, that gives me, pause for excitement right there.
Yeah, Brady is the GOAT.
Yeah,
he's amazing. He was toe up. Oh my God, that parade. He was done.
So were you on a boat too?
Yes, we actually got a yacht. The Winfield family, my uncle,
wow,
my mom, and then we all went in and got a yacht. And so we had our yacht, and then
I was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Then
I was on the wrong boat.
I got off the boat. They had came over to our boat. So like him and Tyler Johnson, like we've been with them since Sunday. Like we had got a party bus right after the Super Bowl. We went out. So we just been partying. That's why little Antoine was like, "Man, I'm so happy." So
your boss is like, "Well, your cousin won the Super Bowl, so we're gonna let you off."
Yeah, he was like, "You can take out the rest of the week. I see you on Monday." I was like,
"Yeah, you better bring back some Super Bowl merch, some signed Super Bowl merch."
Hey, listen, you got to go back extra. You got to wear some sunglasses when you walk in the office or whatever. You got to be extra as you can be.
I'm gonna try to.
All right, just remember, you were on with us and we were talking, and you just got your mind wasn't right, and you're just being extra. I want you to be as extra as you can be. So I have to ask you, it's really interesting. I don't know how much you are on social media, but the Loose Cannons podcast has actually come up with enough money to purchase a billboard in New Orleans. What do you think about that? Is that too extra, or is that just like, oh, whatever?
No, that's perfect, because Tampa was so, everybody was so like, oh, they're not gonna win. Tom Brady, he's too old. Tom Brady is the same age as my uncle. He's the same age as my mom. So like we knew that it was possible. We knew that.
Yeah, you like, what are they trying to say?
Exactly. Oh, he's too old, so that means like he doesn't have it. Because he was playing up against a young quarterback, but the young quarterback, he didn't make not one touchdown. He didn't throw for one touchdown. One.
Exactly. No, and think about this. Think about this right here. You go back to week 12. He didn't throw no touchdowns from the fourth quarter. From the fourth quarter to the end of the Super Bowl, he didn't throw no touchdowns.
Yep. Nothing.
I want us to have billboards everywhere.
That's what people are saying now too. They're like, why can't we put one in Kansas City?
You know what? I'm gonna be honest. It's not. I'm good with it. I love those guys over Loose Cannons. I've been on their show a few times, but for me, I'm just quietly enjoying myself. I'm not trying to be extra in any way. There is no way that I'm gonna be extra. I'm gonna be the same guy that you've always seen. I'm
Right.
not going to celebrate. I'm not going to brag or anything like that. I'm not going to do anything out of the ordinary that I don't already do. But
Right.
but listen,
Being extra.
no, we're not extra on this show. We never get that way. Not at all.
Not
Not
extra
even.
at all.
Hey, but I've got the 2 up. And listen, I need to get are you on Twitter?
No, I'm on Instagram and Facebook. And,
Okay,
Snapchat.
hit me up on Instagram. Or actually, I'm gonna find you here because I want to see about getting you
I just commented.
Okay, I'm gonna see about getting you one of the Smack Apparel T-shirts. I think that would be great to for you, because
it's got.
have you seen the Smack Apparel T-shirt? I'm gonna ask you that next question.
No, I haven't.
Let me help you out here. Hold on one second, because we have got to get this up here. Shout out to my people at Smack Apparel, and they are actually going to send us a bunch of these shirts, or send myself and Christina some of these shirts. And hold on one second. You're gonna love it. You are gonna love this shirt. I promise you. Let's see if I can.
It.
And I don't know if you can see this or not, but let me go ahead and share. Let me see if I can find it here.
Union technology is
it's you know what? It really is, isn't it? Down by the bay. Where is that shirt? Let's see. Screen share. Hold on one second. I'm gonna find this shirt because you're gonna love this. I promise you're gonna love this.
Yeah, it's got that iconic image that will go down in Bucs history.
You know what? For you, when he threw up the peace sign, I have to ask you, were you like, wow, he did that? That's crazy. Or did it not really make a big difference to you that you saw when he did that?
I was like, we were like, well, wow, like he did that. Like we were like super, super shocked because we didn't go to the game. We like let like his mom, his brothers, and his dad and stuff go to the game. So we went to the what was that we were at? First, we were going to go to Bar Louie, but then too many of our family members came down. We had to end up giving them our Bar Louie tickets. So then we ended up going to the Mike Tyson watch party, which was right there by.
Oh, what was that like?
Oh man, it's ridiculous.
Just a party.
It was ridiculous. Yeah, it was a party.
Because like I've been to Roy Jones. I've been to Roy Jones. I've been to one of his. And it was nothing short of incredible, just, going to hang out with this guy. And okay, here we go. I don't know if you can see this shirt.
Yeah. Oh, well, it went away.
Oh, hold on one second. Let me share it again. Hold on. This is technology for you.
Well, when Antoine did that, I freaked out.
We need to see about getting you one of these shirts. I promise.
Oh my God, yes. I want that. Oh my God, I gotta tell him.
And it was so funny because basically this is how it started. Somebody showed a picture of that iconic picture with Tariq Hill. I had to have the picture with Tariq Hill's number on it. So I'm like, I think it was Jamel Dean. It was either Jamel Dean or Sean Murphy Bunting had the picture up. And I'm like, okay, can we make a T-shirt out of this? And Smack Apparel looks out for BucWhatYaHeard. They always do. Mm-hmm. And so they're like, we're on it. And then a couple of days later, and they were like, okay, what do you think about this? And they DM'd me a picture of this. And I'm like, oh, I have to have this.
Done.
Mm-hmm. And after that was it. And they printed them out and, they made sure that, we had it and they took care of us. So, because we're good friends with the people at Smack Apparel, we're going to see about getting you one of these shirts.
Oh, yes. That's amazing. Oh, my God. I can't wait to put that on.
Oh, my goodness. Yes.
And that's what it's all about. I mean, that's what we do on the show. We try to look out for everybody. We try to make sure that, there are, if we can, I mean, this is, to me, it's an honor to have somebody, what your cousin's thinking and that kind of thing. I think that's really cool to be able to,
really dope.
talk to you and kind of pick your brain on this kind of thing.
Oh yeah, that's great. That's great. Yes, I got somebody else to represent because I just had my dude make his cleats for the Super Bowl. Really?
What did he airbrush the cleats?
Yes, he did. He came from Minnesota.
Oh, really? So
that's awesome.
So are you from Minnesota?
No, we're all from Akron, Ohio.
Oh, okay.
We're all Buckeye fans.
Okay, so you're so Akron, LeBron James?
Yeah, just a kid from Akron.
Yeah, he's our folks.
Oh, there you go. You know what? You're probably the brightest spot of Ohio that I've met. No, I'm not just saying that. It's funny. There were so many people. I met people from Ohio, and I was like, "Oh, okay, that's what's up." But this is kind of cool, just to be able to, talk to you and kind of get your idea. Okay, folks, this is the shirt. Can you see the shirt now? Hopefully, I'm not
yeah, I can see it.
Technology is just not on my side.
Yeah, I can see it now.
All right, there we go.
Iconic. Beat down.
So this is what we're gonna do. And am I pronouncing the name? Is DeShimmer, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do, I've got your name here. I'm gonna follow you. I really don't do a lot on Facebook. Normally I'm on Twitter. Twitter's my stomping ground, so to speak. But for this right here, I'll make sure and see if I can get you this shirt. I know that Robbie's if you're watching from Smack Apparel, let's get her a shirt.
Little Antoine's cousin.
Yeah, we see about getting you a shirt and possibly getting your uncle a shirt too. I don't know how that works.
Oh, I was about to say, Little Twan, he's off season right now, so he is free. I don't think he has anything going on. I do remember when I left him yesterday, he was saying that he wanted to he'll probably take like a month and a half off.
Oh yeah.
But after that,
especially with the injury, how is the injury? How is he feeling right now?
He's healing really good from the injury. That's why he said he just wants to rest for about a month and a half. His parents live in Texas, so he said he's probably going to fly out Saturday or Sunday and go back home.
Yeah.
For about a month and a half, and then he'll be back in Tampa and back to his regular
work.
So how does that work? I mean, does he like work out a lot in the off season, or I mean, for him, what kind of routine are we talking about here?
Yeah, like he conditioned like with COVID. That's all he could do was like be in his apartment, go to the facility because him and like Tyler and like a couple of them other players, they all live in the same apartment complex.
Wow.
So they would all like ride together to the stadium, which is like literally across the street from International. So it's close.
Oh yeah.
Everything is close. So that's all he would do. But
so are you going to move to Tampa too now?
I'm looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to
you Tampa's
you cannot go wrong living in Tampa. So did you
I'm already in Florida.
Did you get a Cuban sandwich? Have you had a Cuban sandwich yet?
No, what is that? I haven't. No.
Oh wow, we got to help you out here.
We've been down to Ybor. You gotta go out to Ybor.
So the next time you're in Tampa.
No, I'm not going to Ybor. No,
no. Check me out. Check now. Listen. There are two.
Wait, whoa. Gee, okay. Did you just say you got chased by a chicken?
Yes, when I was in Ybor,
that makes sense. Were you over on 8th Avenue?
Yeah, I was at this place called Drip.
Yeah, that sounds about right. But anyway, it doesn't happen all the time.
No, but they're there.
The chickens are harmless. Trust me.
They're just Tampa natives.
This is all part of Tampa. This is just what it is. But so listen, you've got to have a Cuban sandwich. If you don't do anything else in your life, you've got to have a Cuban sandwich. At least one. A Cuban sandwich and devil crab are the two things you need in your life. If you ever go to Tampa, there's a bunch of other stuff you could do. Like for me, boiled peanuts are huge. And that's probably just the country in me, but boiled peanuts, I mean,
you gotta go.
So you gotta write this down. Write this down. Cuban sandwich is number one. You got to get a Cuban sandwich. And your brother being royalty, there's a place called
Yeah, sure you can get a Cuban sandwich anywhere in Tampa.
Yeah. But if you want a really good Cuban sandwich, Gene Anthony's. I like Bricado's. A lot of people talk bad about Bricado's, but Bricado's got a good Cuban sandwich. I actually had some frozen and shipped back with me, last time I was there. But I love Bricado's. They have a good Cuban sandwich, and their devil crab is amazing. If you've never had devil crab in your life, that is a delicacy. That's a Tampa delicacy right there.
Yo, I've actually never had that before. I've never even heard of that.
That's blasphemy.
I gotta get out there.
So we gotta remedy that. But listen, I would love to have you on next week with myself and Christina. This would be incredible to have you on, if you would consider it.
That sounds good. Yes, sir.
And you can either call in, you can be on video and hang out with us, or you can call in. Either way,
okay,
whatever works for you.
Yeah, whatever one is fine.
Okay, there we go. So I love the insight, and like I said, I'm going to talk with you offline, and we'll see about getting your cousin one. I think your cousin got one of these shirts, because I know that.
I saw Cameron Brate wearing one.
Cameron Brate was wearing one, and then Shaq Barrett had one.
Did he? I didn't see.
Yeah, Shaq Barrett had one of these. So
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure. Antoine.
So I mean, they're shipping mine out. Hopefully, I was hoping to have it tonight, but I'll have mine by next week, and we'll see what we can do about getting you yours. And Christina, we can all match up here next week and wear Smack Apparel T-shirts that show the 31-9 beatdown. This is iconic.
Oh yeah.
And I promise you, when I think about Super Bowls in the past, I cannot think of another moment that I can compare this to. I'm trying to think, and I've gone back through, I think about Derek Brooks and the touchdown in, when the Bucs won the Super Bowl previously. But when Antoine Winfield Jr. breaks up that pass, he looks over at the cheetah, drops the two fingers, and walks off. If he had not gotten a flag, that would have been NFL perfection right there.
Yeah, I don't even care that he got the flag.
I don't care either that he got. I'm glad.
Exactly. Yeah, we didn't care. We was like, yes, when we seen him flying out, yes, give us our 15 yards. We don't care.
Yeah, I don't care.
Now, did he plan this?
Yeah, I don't think he knew that the play was going to be as big as it was, but I knew he planned on getting him back by any means necessary. It seems like the play just led him to his success. Like he just was like, this is it. Like it's over. And like for him to like literally stop in the middle of the play, get down, like squat down.
It was perfection. It was literally like watching a movie. It was literally like a movie.
It literally was. And we were all in the backyard. We were watching the game on the patio, and everybody was cracking up as soon as we saw that. When he was like, hey, peace out, and he was walking off, we were all celebrating. And it was just an incredible moment. It was a defining moment in a Super Bowl. And I saw people on social media, oh, that was a messed up move. And so you know what I did? I went out and found the backflip.
Yeah, the backflip was worse.
And if you have to be on Twitter to see this. I pinned the picture of Tyreek Hill backflipping into the end zone, in which the airport, what is it? MCI airport, where the Chiefs fly into. They were like, we had such a great time in November. We're happy to come back again. So as soon as I saw that, they showed a picture of your cousin, and then they showed Tyreek Hill backflipping into the end zone. I'm like, okay, let me pin this. So I saved that tweet. Yeah. And I know your cousin will appreciate this. And as soon as the game was over, I posted, always keep your receipts.
Yep, keep that receipt.
Keep them receipts. And I sent it back to him. Because that's kind of how that was. But it was just one of those things that, the Chiefs came in, thinking they were better than his team, and they didn't even, they didn't give him any kind of credit. I've had Chiefs fans on here, and they were like, oh, they're okay, I guess. But, never gave the defense any kind of credit. And just knowing that your cousin as big, as important as he was to this team, nobody's more important than the team, but he being an integral part of this team was incredible.
Yes, it was. We're ready for our next 3 years we have here.
That's right.
Yep,
that's why you got to move to Tampa and get you a Cuban sandwich.
I know.
You gotta move to Tampa. You'll be able to go to all the games.
Did y'all see our head coach? How they cut the mic off on him?
Yeah.
Cut him off
Yeah.
Boy, everybody was tore up at that parade. Christina, were you tore up too?
You have to think about it. They haven't been drinking or anything all season long.
But
so you guys just go in hard.
You gotta let it out.
This is the thing. This is the thing about Florida. It's that heat.
Yeah, you want 2 drinks in the Florida heat is like,
man.
10 drinks.
Yeah, and I've been a victim of it a few times.
Yeah.
But that's always been the thing, because it'll be nice and cool. Like during the beginning of the parade, it was nice and cool there. You weren't even thinking about the heat or anything like that. But as soon as that heat hits you, I promise you're going to be thinking a different way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they had us at the boat at like little Antoine. He left the house around about 10 in the morning. So they literally have been drinking from 10 in the morning till about the time the boat sailed to the middle of the.
Yep.
They were already gone.
That sounds about right. That's a normal Gasparilla day.
Yep, that's a Gasparilla day. So I've got to tell you this story. So me and my wife, she had never been to Gasparilla before, and we went to ABC Liquor. We got all this alcohol, put it in the cooler, and we go to Gasparilla. So we're down there, we're hanging out, and she's watching a parade because she's never been in a parade before, and my drunk ass is over here mixing drinks, and I'm just like, she's like, okay, fix me a drink. So I fix her a drink and hand it to her, and I'm handing out like 4, 5, 6, 10 drinks, and before the parade was over, we're out of alcohol. And the guy next to me, he had like a backpack full of Jello shots. So I'm over here doing Jello shots and making drinks, and it just was, it was a fun time. Mm. She didn't think it was a fun time because I lost the car. So. This is a true story. I lost the car. So we were parked over by University of Tampa, and we had walked down. And when I got to the bay, we were at a certain starting point at the bay. But by the end of halfway through, we kind of moved down to get in a little bit closer so we can get some beads. And the next thing I know, I'm lost. I'm like, where the hell are we? And I don't know where we are. So we walk back north, trying to find where the car is. And we lost the car. We walked around for 2 hours, drunk, smashed. So I go into one of the porta-johns by one of the rich people's houses. I go into porta-john and come out and get turned around. And then we were even more lost because I was lost again. So by the time it was finally over, she found the car. I didn't find the car. She found the car, and she never let me forget it. But that's one of my favorite stories.
Yeah, Gasparilla's tons of fun, but
yeah.
And the boat parade was just as fun too. So
yeah.
Can't wait for another one. I can't wait for more boat parades.
Yeah, I think it's going to happen again. I think they're going to run it back. Hey, so do you think Shaq Barrett's going to come back? In your honest opinion?
Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah, he said he doesn't want to go anywhere, but he does want the big money.
I don't want him to go anywhere either.
Yeah, he wants the big money. If we're willing to pay it, then he deserves the big money. Absolutely.
We have no excuse now not to pay these players what they want to be paid now.
True story.
We have the end. We have the ultimate. We have what everybody else wanted. We have what a lot of teams have already had. Hell, Brady's had it 7 times. It's like he's throwing it around. So I mean, we have it.
That's right. So, you know what? I can't believe we've been on for an hour and 20 minutes.
I know. It always goes by so fast.
It really does. So, what I'm going to do, and I need to find your tweet, or not your tweet, because I got your brain. I need to find so I can make sure so we can get her a t-shirt. Oh, here we go. So bear with me 1 minute. Christina, what are your final thoughts? And by the way, we're doing the Buck What You Heard awards next week. We are going to be shouting out our favorite players, our favorite moments, our favorite coaches, our favorite podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
Add that to the list. For 2020, this has been an incredible season. So many cool things have happened, and we're gonna have the Shimmer on next week with us. I mean, what more could you ask for?
No, I mean, we got a Super Bowl. I mean, honestly, what more could you ask for?
Oh, you really can.
Exactly.
You really can. Well, thank you so much for calling in. I appreciate the fact that you called in. This was incredible. And we're going to have a blast next week. We do something, and just so you're aware, I don't know how much of a football person you are, but we do something we call
15 years plus.
We do something we call the 60-second Smackdown, because it's sponsored by Smack Apparel. And what we do is we go through 10 questions in 60 seconds, and you have to answer all questions. And it's just basically, there's no wrong answers. I just I'm prepared you for this, just because I don't want you to be like blindsided by this. But I think it'll be kind of cool to have you on and, test your football IQ and see what you've got.
All right. That sounds fun.
All right.
Nice. Very good. Yes. Thank you so much for calling. It was really awesome to talk with you.
Yes. Thank you so much. And we're going to. All right. And we will talk with you next week. I'll send you a link here. And I just found you here. So it's cool. But this is going to be fun next week. I'm actually looking forward to next week's show.
All off season is going to be fun. I'm going to be riding this Super Bowl high all the way to.
And we promise we're not going to be extra. We're going to be the same as what we've always been.
Yeah. I'm going to ride this high all the way to draft.
As you can tell, we are just being our normal selves.
Yep.
But anyway.
Yep. So.
All right. Well, I've got your number here locked in. And again, I will get you. What's going to happen? It'll be this time, 7 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to shoot you a link, and you can come on, and we'll talk and we'll hang out. We'll take calls. You get to answer questions, and it's going to be fun. I'm excited.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you so much for calling in.
You're welcome.
All right.
Have a good night.
All right. Enjoy the weekend. This is exciting. I'm actually looking forward to next weekend.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm going to look forward to every. I mean, yeah.
So what's next for you? I mean, you've climbed this mountain, and you've got the lightning winning. I wish and I'm not getting outside of our realm of Tampa sports here. I wish Stu wasn't the owner of the Rays, so the Rays could win a World Series.
Yeah, it would be really
so
great.
awesome.
It's tough to be a Rays fan for sure, and I was trying to explain
because
it.
That guy's a jackass.
Yeah, I was trying to explain it to somebody. It's really hard to be a Rays fan because, you love these players, and then they get good, and then they're gone. So you guys think what you can get.
Stu's a jackass, and that's the only reason it makes it so hard to root for the Rays. I love the Rays. I want the Rays to do something. Oh, we got another call. Do we take another call?
We can take a short call.
We could take a call.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You are live on Buck What You Heard. Who we talking with?
Oh.
Hello.
Jane, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you loud and clear, my friend. Oh, he hung up. Oh. Michael Pless, call in. Michael Pless is in the house. Michael Pless from Real Bucs Talk.
Yeah.
Love this guy.
He's right. Rays will always still find a way to win despite losing all their star players. But
you know what? I love the Rays. It's just the fact that it's Stu is the owner. I hate that dude. And I just don't want him to win anything because then he'll be further emboldened to try to move this team to Montreal like an idiot he is.
No, don't leave.
Exactly.
Hey,
What's up? What's up? How you doing, man?
hey, you know who it is.
I know
You know
who.
what time it is.
Okay, let's hear it. Let's hear it. Let's hear the gospel.
First off, shout out to Christina. Shout out to James. Shout out to the most poppin'est podcast out. Yo.
We're not being extra tonight either.
More here. I just want to say, hey, turn up. World champions, baby. We did it.
That's
we did it, baby.
Yeah. How do you feel right now? How did that make you feel when it was all over?
Bro, so I flew out, got down there. I landed, I landed Thursday. And the airport where I landed in Orlando, I mean, it was a boatload of Chiefs fans in there. And I was decked out in all my gear, and I simply just said to them all, it's just going to be a long flight home. And they just looked at me and started laughing. So I said, okay. But the whole weekend, the atmosphere was just crazy. You could just get a vibe from just the city that, like, yo, something was special was about to happen. It just kind of just was that feeling in the air. You know what I'm saying? And then when the game happened, man, and I'm watching this, and I went to Ducky's out there and watched the block party at Ducky's, and that's where I ended up. And, man, I just, as soon as I think by halftime, everyone just kind of had this feeling like, man, like this is it. And then when it hit zero, man, like it was just a party. It was nuts. I mean, the atmosphere, everything was nuts. Gene, I know you didn't want to get down there because of COVID, man. I understand, man, but it was one of those things, man. I was down there just cutting up.
You know, and the thing is, man, there's no wrong way to do this. Yeah. Again, I'm just conscious of stuff, but I'm not going to knock anybody for what they did, man. I wish I could have been there. There were a lot of people from the Bucaholics that were there. My shout out to the Tampa Bay Bucaholics. I love you guys. You know what you do.
Absolutely.
Just for you to be able to go down there, it means a lot. A fan, you went across the country to go watch your team play at home in a Super Bowl. I just cannot, I can't speak enough about that. It's incredible. So what did this win mean to you? Because Kansas City and the national media had pretty much written off the Tampa Bay Buccaneers from day one.
I think the annoying part about it at this point, I mean, for all of us as fans, I mean, we all love this, and this is like our crown moment. You know what I'm saying? But I think the annoying part about it is that, like, even when you turn on like the national syndicate shows and stuff, there's still talk about how Mahomes didn't do this and Andy Reid didn't do this and Rush did this. And at the end of the day, I told all my buddies up here who give me shit all the time, I tell them, I'm like, look, I don't care how many flags those refs would have thrown. That offensive line had no answer.
Let me say this real quick, just to put this in perspective. The Kansas City Chiefs were ranked number 4 in penalties for the 2020 season. They were ranked number 1 in the playoffs in penalties for the 2020 season. So when those whiny assholes want to talk about, oh, it was the refs did this. No, you guys did this because there were deficiencies and they couldn't cover the deficiencies. And that's what it came down to. Your secondary.
We could have played them.
Yeah. We could have been down Chris Godwin and still played and been effective against their secondary.
Absolutely. Because Antonio Brown showed you exactly what to do to get loose when you had to go up against Tyrann Mathieu. I mean, at the end of the day, we could have played them on Mars. We could have played them in Kansas City. We could have played them in Hawaii. We could have played them in Aruba. It didn't matter. Our defensive line showed up to the point where that offensive line had no answer. And when we saw how that just the whole tone got set from that point on, man, like it was one of those things. It was just, it is what it is. But I think at this point, man, like I think, like I said earlier, I don't like all the free agency hype now.
No,
like,
me either.
Because us real fans and all of us that have been down for so long, it's like nobody ever wanted to come play here. And if they did want to come play here, it was to grab a quick bag. Case in point, Darrell Revis. Like you grab a quick
fat
bag
ass swaggy
and
Baker.
you're out of here. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like you grab a bag and you're out, and now you got OBJ wanting to come, and people wanting JJ Watt to come, and all this stuff. Like, look, our top priority is Godwin, Barrett, and David. That is where we are at. That is the priority.
I could
keep the core together.
I could see Adrian Peterson coming here. Real talk.
Really,
I could real talk see that. You're losing somebody like a Shady McCoy.
I don't know. I feel
Shady McCoy is pretty much gone. I mean, he's got his 2 rings. He got 2 rings in consecutive years. I could see him moving on. You would want somebody in here that you could fill in and have them make plays. I mean, and Shady McCoy served his purpose because there were opportunities where he had to come in and make plays, and he did make plays. So ultimately, when you're looking at the running situation, I could see potentially, and again, I don't want to get too far ahead because I'm still celebrating winning a championship. If you can't already tell, I'm really good with that, and I'm trying not to be extra. This is the no extra version of Buck What You Heard right here. And
not extra.
I'm gonna throw a running back name out.
Okay, talk to me.
Throw a running back name out. James White.
I have heard this.
I could see Tom getting one of his pass catchers from out in New England, saying, "Hey, I need you to line up back here and catch a couple of these passes." Because one thing I hated the most about Rojo, I love Rojo so much and how he runs because he just runs with a head full of steam. But when he comes to catching those passes out the backfield, man, it's a drop almost 90% of the time. So
I'm good with Rojo. I love the way Rojo runs the ball.
He's just
absolutely.
And I understand what you're saying. I totally understand what you're saying. I understand the scheme and all that good stuff. But when you go back 5 years or 4 years, and you look at Doug Martin, and what Doug Martin meant to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and how they utilized him. And then Doug Martin had his personal issues. He had his injuries. And then you look at this Tampa Bay Buccaneers team, and it was running back by committee. And then and this is why I am such a fan of Ronald Jones. Ronald Jones continuously, year after year after year after year, has gone out to try to improve his game.
Yep.
He's gone out to try to get better. He's gone out to try to make plays. And when you have an idiot coach like Dirk Cutter that gave up on a rookie and didn't give him the opportunity to succeed or put him in a position to succeed, I love Ronald Jones. Ronald Jones didn't let that deter him like a McMuffin, like Jeremy McMuffin, when he was that guy, he was all upset. He got an attitude. He went somewhere else and he had to go somewhere else. No, Ronald Jones went out there and continued to get better, continued to better his craft, and he did what he needed to do.
Yeah,
so,
and I think in this offseason, he knows that he struggles catching the ball. And like you said, he's going to work hard because he has his whole career. And I see him coming back and being able to be dynamic and catching the ball in the backfield.
Exactly.
So do you guys
it's
think
coachable.
Keeping Fournette? So do we keep Fournette?
I think Fournette wants to come back. I mean,
Fournette definitely wants to come back.
I would, if it's me and I have a chance to repeat as a Super Bowl champion, there's money will be there. He's a young player. I'm coming back and I'm going to give you the hometown discount and see if we can get us another ring. And then at that point, then you consider, okay, I need to go somewhere else and chase the money. You chase the ring, get your rings, and then you chase what do you young folks say? Chase the bag.
Right.
I won't say that.
I'm just joking, man. I'm just joking. But no. All joking aside. That's kind of how I would look at it. That's kind of like Todd Bowles. If I'm Todd Bowles, I'm not leaving Tampa.
No.
I'm good. Right. I'm good where I'm at. After that Jets experience, he's done enough to put himself in a position where he could be the head coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Easily be the head coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I would fully support that. fully support that.
When you look at all the
Absolutely.
opportunities, all the openings, there is not an opening. And me, if I'm just kind of outsider looking in, there is not an opening in the NFL that I would want as a Todd Bowles after my experience with the Jets. There's nowhere I would want to go other than being in Tampa.
Right.
Yeah.
Man.
Todd Bowles is like a criminal.
No, I mean, and you tell me if I'm wrong. I mean, how do you see it?
I honestly, I see Bowles, either Bowles or Leftwich taking over as head coach, but
Right.
honestly, I would prefer that the foundation of this team remain with the defense.
Defense wins championships.
Exactly my point, man. This defense is just it is amazing, and I think the scary part about it is that, like I said, the whole free agency attraction thing, I don't want it because I want you to work your hardest to keep Shaq. I want you to work your hardest to keep David. Because
I think that's pretty clear that that's what they're gonna do.
I mean,
they have to.
I really felt bad for Shaq that he got franchised. I felt bad that he got franchised, but I think he's shown how important he is to this team. Where you had Ware and you had some of your other defensive linemen in Denver, he was given the opportunity here. He made the most of the opportunity. He was franchised, and what he showed that he could do in the playoffs made him nothing short of valuable.
Right. Yeah, the defense has got to stay together. That is the key, the foundation to this team. And if we can do that, and Brady can just stay healthy and upright, man, I think I owe a big apology, and I think a lot of us do owe an apology
to Ryan Suckup.
I'm gonna go ahead. Ryan Suckup, Donovan Smith. I'm giving them their flowers. But I want to ask you and Christina one last question, and I'll let somebody else rock on. But besides Tom Brady, who would you say was your MVP of? I'd probably say the game and as well as the playoff MVP. Who do you have for the team?
Christina, I'll let you go first.
So, I mean, I've been saying Todd Bowles, but apparently, but if you want a player, it's Devin White.
Go player.
Devin White.
Devin White.
Yeah,
okay.
He's just all over the field. All over.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good choice. I'm going to say Vita Vea.
That would be
the world changed. The world changed when Vita Vea was on the field. I don't know how many times that Vita Vea was eating double teams like candy. He was on the edge. He was chasing down the quarterback. I mean, he was doing what he needed to do. And I know Pro Football Focus didn't give him a good rating, as good a rating as I thought he deserved. But this Buccaneers team is not the same without Vita Vea. That game, Green Bay Packers game. I mean, I know when he showed up, things changed.
Absolutely.
Things changed.
Yep.
And you can look at this team from the time that Vita Vea went down. This team was good, but they were not on a level that they are with him on the field. He's a space eater. He's stopping the run. Right. The run, you're not running up the middle with Vita Vea on the field.
No, you can't run.
And that game against the Green Bay Packers, the fact that Vita Vea was on the field for all of those sacks and all those pressures speaks volumes about his ability. And again, I know, and not to knock anybody that didn't want him, but there were so many people that wanted Derwin James. But when you look at what Vita Vea, when you look at what Vita Vea and Michael Pless, if you're still listening, Michael Pless and myself, we celebrated when Vita Vea was drafted.
Yeah.
Because we knew you build in the trenches and you will get rewarded. Your team will get rewarded for doing that. And the fact that Tampa has had a real problem, addressing the trenches over the past decade. I mean, it just nothing but amazing. And he hasn't let us down. Just when he's been healthy and on the field, Vita Vea has not let this Buccaneers organization or the fan base down.
It is. Hey, that I was gonna say Vea for sure. even watching the Kansas to the Super Bowl and watching Vita work, like you push that pile back, that opens up opportunities off the edges between Shaq and JPP. And
100%.
You're right. Since he got in with Green Bay, he made Rodgers' life hell and he made Mahomes' life hell. So for sure, Vita. But I'm gonna give you one more name.
Okay.
And I think I'm gonna go with Stinney, the replacement right guard for Alex Cappa.
Yeah.
Yes. That's nothing but love.
Because that dude stepped in and became a dog. And we all see we got a Hall of Famer at right tackle in the making with Tristan Wirfs. This dude
most
is a
definitely.
monster. But this guy, for him to step in and Kappa goes down, and I'll be honest, I didn't even notice Kappa wasn't there because Tom's jersey just looks so clean.
Yeah.
Like this kid stepped up big, and he kept it going. So, man, I'm on a high.
I try to keep my
I'm
jersey
roll.
clean. This Super Bowl winning jersey here. Not that I'm being extra or anything.
My jersey still smells like beer and champagne. I haven't even washed my jersey yet. I'm like, I don't want to. Like, I'm so happy. But
this is, and just remember, this is the not extra version of Buck What You Heard. We are not being extra in any way.
Not at all.
Right.
This is normal Gene and normal Christina. Just okay, maybe.
Back. Hey, but much love to both of you.
Man, thank you so much for calling in, man. Your call is greatly appreciated, bro.
Man, I appreciate you guys more than you know. Everybody that's a Bucs fan, we did it. We're champs. We got bragging rights for the next year. Let's go. Run it back. Let's get another one, man. Let's go for 2.
There you go.
Right,
you see what Christina got up there. Super Bowl champs. Hey, did you get
care.
All right.
Oh, good.
Oh, no, you're good, man. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you.
All right, take care.
Go Bucs.
Christina, did you get that while you were on the boat?
No. I bought this.
Oh, you know what? It doesn't matter. It's beautiful, and I think you should hold it up. That's right. You got the champions, and I've got the champions, and we are champions.
Are the champions.
That is the beauty of it right here. Oh, you know what? We got another call. Can we take another call?
Yes.
Can you handle another call? All right.
I guess.
Oh, yeah. You are live on Buck What You Heard, the unextra version of Buck What You Heard.
Hey, y'all know who this is. Your favorite caller and the
That's
person
right.
Christina loves to yell at the most. She always yelling at me. But how y'all doing today?
Hey, we're just trying not to be
champions, baby.
We're trying to have a normal show because we're not extra here on Buck What You Heard.
Hey, all I know is that I'm having a great sports year. The Bucs won the Super Bowl. I'm a Dodger fan.
Whoa. How are you gonna ruin a whole conversation? That he was on the phone, 20 seconds?
Is he off this phone now?
Hey, sorry, y'all.
20 seconds on the phone, and you totally ruined the whole thing. Okay, there you go, Christina.
Blame that stupid manager for the rape. But anyway, and Alabama won. And
okay.
Hey, hold on, guys. And the Chicago Bulls are not mathematically eliminated from the playoffs yet. Finally. We're usually done by Thanksgiving. But you know what? One thing I thought about, right? And remember I said this beginning of the year. Arian, one people forgot about Arians, and I give him credit for this. He did something that he hasn't done ever.
Made adjustments.
He became flexible with the way his quarterback did what he did well.
Mm-hmm.
Andy Reid did something. Remember I said a month ago, offensive coaches are more stubborn than defensive-minded coaches.
Yep, this is true.
Andy Reid, look what happened. Part of the reason I thought the Chiefs might win anyway, because I didn't think Andy Reid would be that stupid, driving on the island. I'm like, he can't possibly be that stupid. And he did. We just got to be honest, because no one thought he would be that stupid. Look, no one did. And, but he didn't help them out. And Devin White's interview saying the things that we were saying on Undisputed, and that was a good interview, by the way. And he did a good interview.
Uh-huh.
And he was like, I didn't understand why they didn't run the ball. We had 4-2-5 defense. Why they didn't run the ball? But
could they though?
No, there's no way.
Realistically,
You had to try.
Realistically, no, and I'm going to say this. You got Vita Vea back. I think the coaches knew about Vita Vea, whereas the players and the fans did not know about Vita Vea. Just based on the nonchalant way they acted, and there were so many things that I don't know how you can really point to it, but I just really feel like nobody respected what Tampa could do defensively. They overlooked what they did with New Orleans. They overlooked what they did with the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah.
And I think the toughest game that Tampa had was against the Washington Generals. And I'm just like, this is crazy. That guy got breaded out though. By the way, what was his name?
Heineke.
Heineken. Yeah.
Heineken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guy got breaded out, man. And you know what? You should send some of that money over to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
He's gonna
over to BucWhatYaHeard.
I think he's going to do well.
I think he's going to be just fine, man. Just the way he unflappable, the way he handled the game. Gotta love it.
Yeah.
And they believed in him. So if you watch that, they believed in him. And they was with him. Unlike Carson Wentz, who the high take media swears is a reclamation project. Good Lord. Anyway, but
I knew you were gonna get to that.
I hate Carson. I hate the hot take media. Dude had 5 good games. Dude had 5 good games when Obama was president and talking about, hey, let's go ahead and get this back. I hate the hot take media. They're so lazy.
It's just what they do. I mean, remember Steve Smith and what he said, and the Bucs hadn't even played it down in the playoffs, and then you got that. Skip Bayless bailing out on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The playoffs, and then all of a sudden you see this clown with a jersey on when the Bucs
running
win.
Around.
Yeah, Max Kellerman. And then what's the little Nick Wright? Little Nick Wright, this guy, he just totally discounted the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah, and you know what? Like Skip Bayless, the problem I have with people like him, they make it like it's just one guy. Yeah. There's a lot of players I shout out. And one guy I will shout out, Ryan Jensen matured.
Yeah.
Remember he first got here, all those bonehead penalties kept setting the team back to get a first down. There's a 15-yard bonehead penalty. He committed that this year.
Not since Chicago.
Mm-hmm. He learned quick.
Brady was in his ass.
Oh, Brady.
Brady was in his ass. He's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that sets you back. And if you don't realize, penalties are like turnovers in a way, where a 10-yard penalty, that puts you behind the stick, 10, 15 yards. Those are drive killers. And it may lead to bad decisions. I think some of those bad led to Brady turnovers. Because you're trying to get those yards back, and you may be down.
Yeah, because you're chasing you're chasing yards and you're chasing points.
Yeah, and like with this team, and I think what happened is that one, the Super Bowl, it showed how good Patrick Mahomes really is because the Bucs had more talent. Oh my
God, that kid is amazing.
He fought. He didn't fold like the high take media darling Carson Wentz. He fought. I give him credit.
And you know what? You got to give the devil his due. I mean, there were a couple of passes that he should have completed that's 14 points on the board that he didn't get because his guys didn't come through for him. His wide receiver core did not do him any favors. And Sammy Watkins and the Buffalo Bills, how the hell can you draft that man over Mike Evans? I was one of the few people that said Mike Evans is the guy you want. And I had friends that were mad at me because they were like, oh, you're not a smart Bucs fan because Johnny Manziel made Mike Evans. I was like, are you serious? No. I'm like, what game were you watching?
Hey, Gene, I will tell y'all this. Those 2 games Manziel had against Alabama, it was Mike Evans.
Yep.
He was throwing it up and Mike was catching it because that was good coverage. I remember that.
Because he was running and he'd cover his eyes and throw the ball up and Mike Evans would catch it.
Yeah.
You are not wrong there, my friend.
Yeah, Mike made him. And I thought even OBJ should have gone to Sammy Watkins. Even OBJ should have gone ahead of him. Let's not bring that. And let's not bring that guy up. He is not coming to Tampa
No.
And you know what? He's still living off that one-handed. He's living off of that one-handed catch in 2015. That's all. He's still living off of that one-handed catch in 2015. You don't want this man on your team. Oh, did I lose? Oh, you still there, T. Smitty?
Oh, I think he's breaking up.
You're breaking up, bro. You want to try to call back in? You can. Okay. We'll call back.
All right, but yeah.
King Cook. I love that. Ryan Jensen sets the tone for the offensive line. That is a very, very good point right there. Because Ryan Jensen, I know a lot of people are like, oh man, I had somebody tell me that what kind of arch criminal Ryan Jensen is. Ryan Jensen plays at the whistles. That's what you thought you were getting from J.R. Sweezy. What Ryan Jensen does is what you thought you were going to get from J.R. Sweezy.
Yeah. Ryan Jensen does not stop until they tell him, like, bro.
Yeah. Shout out to Dean Jensen. We're going to get you back on next week, brother. I know, things happen, but I think it'll be dope to have him on. I love his perspective. If you're not following Dean Jensen on Twitter, you probably should, man. It's a lot of fun. Great guy.
Yeah. Dean is awesome. Ryan Jensen's awesome. The whole Bucs team is awesome.
And you got to be right. Okay, so where was your boat? Was your boat near any players? I'm gonna ask that question.
So we were on the side. We weren't in the parade. So we watched them all go by. So Tom Brady was on his boat with with the quarterbacks, and then Bruce Arians and Jason Light were on a boat, and then they had all of the tight ends and the receivers on that one party boat, which I was on that boat. That was the one with Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Scotty Miller, Cam Brate, and that's the boat I wanted to be on if I had to choose a boat.
But the fact that you were out there amongst them.
Yeah, just amongst them, and I could see them. They're off in the distance, but I could still see them and stuff. And then they had they didn't have the Jose Gaspar pirate ship out. They had another pirate ship that a bunch of the defensive players were on, and the running backs and stuff. And, they were just all over the place. I think they were hopping from boat to boat even, because I would see videos of them at the beginning of the boat parade, and they're on one boat. And then later on, they're on another one. So they were tossing the Lombardi around. They were throwing beers from boat to boat. People were getting hit with beers. And
you know what? I'm with my wine. There's just something I can't.
Yeah, no.
I made my promises.
That's okay.
But you know what? I can't believe we've almost been on here for 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got really interesting news for you guys. We are doing our favorites next week.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to do it this week, but I don't really think we have enough time to really get the right favorites.
Yeah, so, we'll do a whole thing of it.
Yeah, so we're going to do favorite coaches. And I'd love to hear from you guys. DM me on your favorite coaches, favorite players, wide receivers, so on and so on. I want to hear who your favorites were. And you know what? Maybe I should put together a ballot of some sort.
Yeah, some sort of what do they call them?
Yeah, basically a ballot where you go through and you vote for who you like.
Yeah, vote for your favorite player.
So, just real quick in the chat, would you guys go for that if we put together? And, shout out to Brent Allen, who really brought this together with the Pewdies and, what they do over at Pewtercast. And, unfortunately, Brent is on the bigger and better things. But I figure, it would be kind of cool if Buck What You Heard had our own favorites. People that we really like, it's totally outside of what the mainstream is doing.
Yeah, not the media.
We're going to really dig into this. You're our favorite. And the thing is, there's no wrong answer, because that's what I love the love about this show is there's no wrong answers. Christina, me and Christina may not agree on everything, but I'm going to respect her opinion, and she respects my opinion.
Every single player on the Bucs is amazing, so there's no wrong answer.
Yeah, so we're coming up with our own ballot, and as we're doing this, we are going to try to bring you guys in here. I want to hear what you guys have to say. Michael Pless is going to be more than happy to help us here. Mike, thank you so much for joining. I should have got you the link and got you on with us. Because it would have been fun. But yeah, we're going to put together something. Best offensive player, best defensive player, best special teams player, best defensive player, favorite podcast, best up and coming podcast, that kind of thing. We're going to put together a ballot and we're going to see what we can do to, just have some fun with this, just from our perspective.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, this has been a fun run and I don't want this to be over. I want the party to keep going.
Oh, it's going to go all off season to the draft, to free agency, to training. So
are you following Draft Network?
I do follow, the Draft Network.
So have you done a mock draft yet?
So I'm not really into the draft, honestly. It's something that I'll probably focus on a little bit. It's just not something that I've ever really been interested in because I don't follow college football that much. When draft day does get closer, normally I do pay attention to what everybody's saying and, stuff like that. But then after the Bucs normally make their picks is when I start to do the research on the players. And I'm like, okay, yeah, this is good.
There you go. And we're going to have some fun with this. I mean, that's been, it has just been, Fridays have been fun.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I can't tell you how much I appreciate this. I mean, I can't stress it enough. Thank you guys, thank you, the listeners, and, thank you, Bucs Report, Smack Apparel. Thank you guys. Christina, thank you, especially for putting up with my match. I can't help but appreciate you.
Yeah, I appreciate everything that you've helped me done this season. We're Super Bowl champions and, even though I don't play for the Bucs, but I am a Super Bowl champion. Okay.
You are a fan. Exactly. Super Bowl. Oh no, you are a world champion. Let's get that straight. If anybody corrects you,
come at me with this.
That's right. And anybody that corrects you,
little bitch, get fucked.
And that's pretty much what it is. If they want to come at you like that. So you're entitled to your opinion. There you go.
Absolutely. Yep, no one can change.
We're gonna get Michael Pless on here, man. This is a guy who's I want to say this. I love the draft. Mm-hmm. Last year I was really depressed because Tampa lost to Atlanta based on a last minute pick six.
Yeah, that was rough. That was a rough.
He that won't be named. But I'm back. The Bucs have breathed new life in here. And to that point, Michael Pless, Mark Ramirez, Real Bucs Talk. If you want to follow anybody for the draft, follow these guys for the NFL draft. I promise you will not be disappointed. These guys come with it, and they do a great job of breaking down players. And their actual rating for getting players right is just out of this world. So please, check them out if you can. They're well worth following.
Yep, absolutely.
All right. Well, you know what? It's time. It's the week. Hey, Ray Kennedy. Shout out to Ray Kennedy, my guy from Bucs Report. I love what he does. I love his content. Someday, if we can, twist his arm, maybe buy him a box of wine or something, maybe we can actually get him on here. Ray Kennedy, what do you think? Him and Harry the Greek is another guy. Bucs Report, they have a really good staff here. So, you can't go wrong. But anyway, we are going to go ahead and jump off of here. I will be working with Pless. I'm going to try to get Pless on here, to help us with the draft. Definitely, we have a lot of stuff going on in the off season. Yeah. If I can say one thing, Christina, I'm going to let you get your last thoughts in. Final thoughts as we go into the weekend, and then I'll do mine.
Final thoughts, just super grateful to be doing this for Bucs Report, doing this with you, Gene. This whole season has been absolutely amazing. The Bucs win a Super Bowl. Can't wait to keep going, growing my little brand that I got going on the last couple of months, and just seeing where we can keep going from there.
There you go. You cannot ask for anything more. For me, I just have to say, we're not being basic. We're not being extra. We just do what we do, and we're having fun. If as an organization, we've seen what this team has gone through, from Mercer to O'Neal Cousins to EJ Biggers to Greg Schiano. I can go on and on and on. The list goes on and on of all the stuff that we've dealt with. But I will say this. This is so sweet to win the way the Tampa Bay Buccaneers won the Super Bowl, to go out and beat the best of the best. And you cannot tell me that the Bucs did not beat the best of the best.
Right. They're the reigning champs.
You cannot say they did not beat the best of the best in the NFC. From Washington in their defense to New Orleans and the team that has continuously given the Tampa Bay Buccaneers problems. First ballot Hall of Famer. You send him into retirement. Then from there, you beat the team offensively, an offensive juggernaut in their home stadium. And, then you beat the defending world champions. And yeah, I'm going to say world champions. Or
They're
were.
the reigning world champions. They were.
They were past tense. But you know what?
Later, bitch. Get fucked.
So, we do what we do. And that's what we've done. And we dropping the two fingers up, baby.
Forever.
And I want everybody, if you're watching right now, 2 fingers up, baby.
Deuce.
And you know what that means. We are about to be out of here. We're going to enjoy our weekend. We'll be back here next Friday. And I promise we won't be extra again. We're just going to be our normal Lord Jean and Lady Christina. We're going to be our normal selves. That's what we do. We're not going to let a Super Bowl championship affect us. Okay.
Nah, I'm gonna be humble all the way.
Exactly.
Forever.
We are going to continue to be as humble as we can. All right. Well, we are out of here. Again, shout out to everybody, and everybody have a good night.
Good night, everyone. Thank you. Remember, we're champions.
Champs.